Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please.
Here.
Mr. Bogo. Here.
Mrs. Burns.
Here.
Mrs. Delaney. Here. Mrs. McBride. Here. Ms. Mungo.
Here.
Mr. Ritter.
Here.
Dr. Singh. Mrs. Warren. Here.
All right, welcome to our regular meeting. Today is Monday, November the 25th. Prior to the meeting, we had executive session. About 30 minutes. We ended about 10 minutes ago for legal and negotiations. All right, so we'll get started. Presentations and comments from residents on agenda items. Okay. Board member discussion items. Anyone? All right. Then we need approval for the minutes from the October study session and October regular meeting minutes.
John makes a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
So that'll be 4-1 and 4-2.
All right, turn it over to you, Dr. Rossi.
Good financial reports, Mike?
Thanks, Dr. Rossi. Item 5, financial reports. Approve the financial reports as listed in 5.1 to 5.3.
So moved. Second.
All right. Roll call.
Mr. Bogo.
All right.
Mrs. Burns. Aye. Mrs. Delaney.
Aye.
Mrs. McBride. Aye. Ms. Mungo.
Aye.
Mr. Ritter.
Aye.
Dr. Singh.
Aye.
Mrs. Warning.
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce. Aye.
All right, the ayes have it.
All right. We have personnel, I'll take that this evening. So 6.1, we have resignations, 4 listed. 6.2, employment, 9 employees listed. 6.3, we have 4 leaves. 6.4, event workers, 2 listed. And 6.5, volunteers, those are 10 listed.
Second.
All right, I can just do it all in favor? Well, I gotta do a roll call. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Burns.
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney.
Aye.
Mrs. McBride. Aye. Ms. Mungo.
Aye.
Mr. Ritter.
Aye.
Dr. Singh.
Aye.
Mrs. Warning.
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce.
Aye.
Mr. Bogo.
All right, ayes have it.
Okay, administrative resolutions, education, I'll take that one as well. 7.1 through 7.4 for administrative regulation. We have 2 grants we received. Just wanted to make note of that and thank all the individuals involved. So the first one is 7.2, the PCCD grant for $165,000. That's for the University Park Security Vestibule and a behavior counselor. And then Mike will get to the next one here in a minute. So, good, Mike.
Thanks, Dr. Rossi. Item 8, administrative resolutions. Approve items 8.1 to 8.6 as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Does anyone have any questions or anything? I had a question about the 7.1. You said that grant is part of that's going to be used for UP.
Right now, the University Park, there's there's no vestibule for visitors.
Mhm.
This will eliminate that and make sure there's
Okay,
a secure vestibule for.
okay. Any word on when you guys anticipate starting that
It'll be
renovation?
summer.
In the summer?
Summer.
Okay.
Just to let everybody know, they've already looked, they had an architect over there, right? And then they laid it out already, so they know how they're going to do it. If you look at the posts, the way the entrance way is, they'll start where the posts are. And things. So
It's been a long time coming.
it's, yes, but they did look at, the architect did look at it.
In order to apply for the grant, we had to get some information and.
Yeah,
They
they've,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah. And then 8.1 is the public school facility improvement grant for $1,000 for the University Park Bridge project as well. So we're thankful for that too.
Okay, nice. Any other questions? All right, so we had a motion, we had a second, now we need roll call.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mondo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bova?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Let's carry.
Board member resolutions.
Board member, do we have any board member resolutions?
No.
All right. Comments from residents on non-agenda items. Okay, maybe I should slow this down.
Let me say, what you should interpret from this is you're doing a well to good job. Otherwise, people would be here.
Well, there's a great group of people here, so it makes it work. All right, so, reports, you said no administrative report. All right, Coach Hall, Micah, you guys have anything else? Have anything you want to add?
I just had we had the pleasure of attending the Whitfield Sportsmanship Summit at the Heinz History Center and Sports Museum. We took 6 student athletes, kind of a nice mix of sports and you know, personalities, that all seniors, and we had a really neat informational session. Lots of good information from the Whitfield, from the executive director Scott Seltzer, from Mike White, who was there, and Neil Walker, the former Pirate from Pine Richland, was the keynote speaker, and thought it was a great day. Just wanted to share with the board what a neat experience that was for our student athletes.
Great. Thank you.
Nice. Michael, anything?
Nothing for me, thank you.
All righty. Okay, board committee reports. Val, could you tell us about the turkey giveaway?
Starting with 1,000.
I mean,
Well,
it makes a difference. and
okay,
there's-
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
How much you hear?
I'll start it off and you can
Thank you,
pick
John.
it
Go
up.
ahead.
So there was a recent election and then some people were giving out turkeys. So I got a call from one of the turkey teams and they said, we're going to have a really lot of turkeys. I don't know that enough people are going to show up that we'll be able to give all the turkeys out. Do you know of anybody? And I said, Val. So I called Val and she helps to give away a lot of food here at Gateway. And she and I and some of the other folks out there teamed up to not only distribute a lot of the turkeys on the day of the giveaway, but then we had leftovers, and Val then staged them and did some great things with them in coordination with one of the local churches and some of their members and some of the other folks. And so Val pick it up from there with respect to these 1,000 turkeys, which we're down to how many left?
Well, I think we have about 30 left.
But wow.
Yeah.
So the person that brought the turkeys, I had asked them if they could bring them here because we had a walk-in freezer and
You can't let them just sit in a truck. They have to be refrigerated, they have to be frozen, they have to be handled, they have to be oversight so that they're not wasted or given to the wrong folks. So Val picked up the ball right there and carried it through.
so we packed them and told Dr. Rossi that we had lots of turkeys. Ms. Hoffner was involved also. She brought in our social workers, and this past Friday, they had a giveaway of turkeys for people that were in need. I know Officer Heath had set up, I guess, a way of coming in and all that. to
And we
feed
used some
traffic.
of the schools to do that. The elementary schools served as distribution sites, right?
Correct. The social workers handled it.
Wow.
So they had 2 different distributions, 1 8 to 10, and then 1 2 3, I believe it was. They didn't give away everything, but then we had some people on our board that needed some for their, you
Organizations
partnered with local county organizations to get,
to find a good home for these.
correct,
The right home, yeah.
correct. So, it's overwhelming to see the need in our community, and I'm just glad that we are able to assist in some way. So hopefully they have a nice Thanksgiving with the turkeys, and there were a lot of turkeys. That's all I can say.
So Robin, are we still on sort of an open board discussion here?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to say something. We had an idea here that some of the kids that go to schools might need some toys for Christmas. And the question is, which kids and what toys and what age group and, what's their clothing size and all that stuff. It gets to be a difficult thing to try to find a way to be generous in the right way at the right time. So I was thinking maybe it would be nice to get some toys to some of the kids that go to school here. Dr. Rossi said there's already a program that does that. That's really great. What about, so I'm tossing this out to the community. Does anybody out there know of a way to get some toys to some kids who might need it? For example, I was just thinking, kids that come to the emergency department, they've got to sit there for 2 hours or 8 hours or something like that while mom and dads are getting surgery or who knows what. These kids need something. Does a nurse have a toy to give to a kid that's appropriate? That would be nice. So that's just like one idea. So if you can come up with ideas to get some toys into some people's hands that know how to give them out at the right time, now's a good time to think about doing that. Find a way to do it and do it.
They can go to Stuff a Store in Monroeville Mall.
So many places, yeah.
Yeah. You can donate a unwrapped toy
And for the
and
kid, it's
they'll get
it's
it
the
in the right
world to
hands.
have a toy.
Is that part of the Toys for Tykes program and all, or is that separate?
No.
There's Angel Tree, there's Toys for Tots, there's a lot of different ways to do it. So just find a way to do it and do it.
You're talking about Toys for Tykes as
Yeah.
Jaden's. They have the big trailer down by Jaden's.
Support these folks.
Go there and just stick it in the trailer and.
I just want to piggyback off of that. The elementary schools do get a list of students that may need something, and I have worked with Java down at Jaden's, and he's been very helpful and giving us what we need. So past years, he's been very, very supportive with this. So we try to keep it covered. I know the Rotary just gave, I think it was like 63 jackets to students that were in need, backpacks at the beginning of the school year and everything like that. So, we try to stay in touch with principals and social workers, and they advise us what, is needed. So that's what we try to do.
There are a lot of organizations, we probably can't even name all of them, that are doing things for the district, and we thank you if you're listening. We know there's a lot of work that's put into doing things and scheduling events and getting donations to the right hands, so we appreciate it. Yep.
We look at it that kids can't learn if they're hungry, tired, and cold. So try to work it all that way.
Yep. Board committee reports.
Okay, while I make sure everybody has a copy, I'll also email, since I realize everybody, well, Dr. Chapin's not here, so I'll email everybody while you're getting. On last Thursday, the 21st of November, we had a curriculum and equity committee meeting. And let me begin by just thanking those who were able to come out, and even if you weren't. And I'm very thankful for the support that we got, even from residents that came out. And on top of that, I really want to thank three specific individuals. I want to thank Dr. Rossi for being part of and supportive with our program. I want to thank Dr. Chakey for setting up, presenting, and answering some of our questions, perhaps not all of them, but as we evolve, we will get questions answered. I want to thank Dr. Three, who also contributed in terms of trying to give us a better understanding of what it is we're trying to accomplish through not diversity, because we're diverse, that's a given. The Gateway School District is privileged to be very diverse, and along those lines, we're just working more now on just being inclusive and equitable. And some people are still having difficulty with that, but we're hoping we'll work through that. We're going to get a better understanding for all and show how curriculum is incorporated and partnering with doing that. And it is something that some people don't see the connect, but there is definitely a connect with both when you talk about how the practices, the curriculum, and all of the responsive teaching, all of these things work together to create a very, very equitable and inclusive environment that we want for our students, because I've been saying this over and over. The more equitable and inclusive we have our Gateway School District, the more successful for all students. And we can't just have some succeeding and some not. And that's what I know everyone's goal is, to see Gateway's excellence through all these initiatives that we've been doing or trying to do. And just briefly in here, the meeting, it shows who attended and so forth. And Dr. Chakey spent a little time going through achievement and growth data. We're not where we want to be, but we have shown significant growth and gains, and that's what we want to always see. He made that very clear to us. I'm looking at the achievement and a lot more, but it takes time to get there. And still coming off of the pandemic, unfortunately, that I know still is playing very importantly in not just our district, but all the districts. So he did present those issues there, talked about the finance class that's required 25, 26, and then discussion of new science standards and the being effective in July, including something called STEELS standards: science, technology, engineering, environmental literacy, and sustainability, which I thought was very interesting. And then Dr. 3 discussed essential practices which focus on continuous improvement of instruction, empowerment, leadership, providing student-centered support, and fostering quality professional development. So all of that together, when you connect curriculum and you connect how it affects an equitable environment for all our students, and as we go along, I think we're going to be able to see how that overall is going to be the improvement in terms of achievement. And that's the bottom line. We want to see growth. We want to see the achievement for all our students. And that's why I ended that by saying, as we continue to move forward in the Gateway School District, it's important to understand the partnership between the curriculum practices and the equity and inclusion practices needed for representing multiple cultures and students with disabilities in our textbooks and course material. This empowers all our students to feel accepted and included in the school environment, which directly correlates with higher achievement for the school district. Thank you.
It's a very good meeting.
Did you write that? That's pretty good.
Any other committee reports? All right, so I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Everyone have a